Oh, good morning. Sunday morning, a little damp outside here in southern West Virginia. Had a little rain through the night. I don't think it's raining right now. It might be just a little bit, but hey man, it's spring. Oh, yeah, yeah, spring baby. And that I just same old stuff. Sometimes just rolling things over my mind. It's been there, but little by little getting a handle on it. The mess, the lies, the garbage. Changed the glasses. The mess, the lies, the garbage has went on for years. Now for 10 years. Ever since, well, even before Obama got in, it was there. There was some stuff went on, but especially when he started campaigning, I guess was when it really went on. When it really got heavy. Because we know now that the Obama administration was a fraud. It was a fraud. It was a lie pushed on the American people, sucked up and swallowed by millions. Just a big lie. Just a big lie. His own half brother had said Barack's whole life is a lie. But as he got into office, he chose to be the face, the leader of that lie. He scratched the butt of the blacks and the minorities, different kinds, and he scratched their butt and made them feel good. Ticked them off in their pride and all this stuff, and but he made them feel good. He made them raise their head with a false pride, and he used that. He used it for his agenda. He used it as he attacked our police. He used it as he attacked our laws and our Constitution. He used it as he attacked our soldiers, and he used it as he put barriers around our monuments and things, and he used it as a thug down in down there at Brown. Used it as a thug. Had had robbed a convenience store, and a policeman got up with him. I don't know the complete details, but he attacks the policeman. The policeman ends up having to shoot him to get him off of him. To get off the policeman had to shoot him. The boy dies, and then they play the game. They play the little old pity party game. And a lot of whites, let's face it, people, it was a Democratic Party. It was a Democratic Party. They got on board with it, and they went with this BS, and they went with this BS, and they went with this BS. They done it for 10 friggin' years, all the time Obama was in office, and they're still doing it. And they still throw it up in the air, the old race card, and this and that and whatever. Every damn little thing you can imagine is coming out of the Democratic Party right now. Everything you can imagine, man, is screaming. It's unreal. It's unreal. I've told you before. The Democratic Party is nothing but a boiling sewer. A boiling sewer. Now you might have to wrap your head around that one. I've never seen a sewer boil, but there you go. There you have it. It's a boiling sewer. But it's a mess. It's a disgrace. It is a little disgrace. America has never had this much poop and shame smeared all over it as it has right now. Never. We've never been through the agony and the tears and the misery that we are right now. Donald Trump comes in, he borrows $1 trillion some dollars to try to fix the friggin' garbage that 8 years and $13 trillion later that the Obama administration screwed. Trump borrows $1 trillion and try to back up and get some of this stuff caught up and try to get some respect for our policemen and our soldiers, try to get this stuff built back up. And they attacked Trump. Trump wasn't the one that pissed all over the nation. That was done the last administration for 8 friggin' years. 8 years of nothing but peeing on the nation. Barack Obama, his agenda, those that licked his butt and helped him with his agenda, false pride in a lot of blacks, and minorities, other groups, maybe some Hispanics, maybe some Native Americans, Indians. I don't know where all it was, but it was all. But then your news media, they got behind it and they pushed this BS wagon all over the nation. Millions of people sitting in front of their televisions and radios listening to these lying perverts in the liberal media. Lying perverts. I said lying perverts. I didn't say this or that. Lying perverts. Oh, they ain't no crisis on the border. That's all just pumped up by Donald Trump. He's a problem. We got to get rid of Trump. And now some of their own reporters go down there, even some representatives from DNC go down there and they look at, from DC rather, they go down there and look at it and they say, we got to do something. We got a crisis on the border. Well, here in the last week or so was when these liberal broadcasters or whatever goes down there on the border, he said, we need a big wall, a tall wall, and we need a smart gate. He said, that's the only cure I see for that. Now, come on, people. Trump is fighting tooth and toenail. He's not only fighting the enemies of this nation around the world, where the garbage is being turned up. China screwed this nation for years on tariffs and everything else. Trump calls her hand, and now everybody's blaming Trump because everything's a little flaky. We were being ripped off. Now everybody blames Trump because the things are flaky. People, so help me, you people jumped on a friggin' sick horse. These liberals and socialists, they've jumped on a sick horse. It's going to carry them out in the desert and not have enough strength to get them out of it. And they're going to die right there in the saddle, that old sick horse. You know, Isaiah 32, 5-8 talks about it. Said what the liberals do in their words and their actions, the people that listen to them, things don't work well. Things don't work well. It says he caused the drink of the thirsty to fail. You think of that. Causes the drink of those that want to hear truth, those that want to know brightness, those that want to be sure, have a sure platform in their heart and their mind to stand on and make life's decisions in. Liberal words and actions rob them of that secure platform. That's what it's talking about. They rob those that listen of their secure platform, their security in their future. The words of a liberal and the churl are lies. They're lies. I've told you before, I'm going to tell you again, lies cannot be supported. They cannot be proven. It's impossible to prove a lie because there is no factual basis to a lie. The only thing you can get behind a lie with is another lie. That's what the Democratic Party is doing. It's the dossier. Now, yeah, I know you're tired of the sick and tired of the old dossier, but listen, until you realize that you're going to wish the dossier is all there was. You're going to wish there is all there was. Because if you don't realize what went on behind that dossier, those people are going to slap you like you ain't going to believe. They're going to slap you to your friggin' eyeballs circle. Just begin to twirl in your eye sockets. The dossier couldn't be proven. Hey, the writer of the dossier, Christopher Steele, was a British spy. The writer of the dossier says much of it cannot be verified. He told them, well, he got $9 million out of a lie, man. Come on, people. He's a screwing man. He got $9 million out of a lie. And you got screwed. That's what it amounts to. They couldn't prove the lie. So what are they doing? They're backing it with more lies. Those liberal and socialists up there, the Democratic Party, some of the Republicans are but for 98% of it, it's a Democratic Party, people. You might as well face it. You might as well face it. Lies. They could not look what Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and these liberal medias and these Democratic Party and these friggin' perverts that had been kicked out of office in the FBI and DOJ. Look what they been saying. Oh, they ain't no crisis, boy. They just something Trump bumped up just to scare people. And now their hand is being called. They lied. They just outright lied to you. They've been outright lying to you for 10 years. At least 10 years. Outright lying to you. Now, come on. But they doing this stuff. Our duly elected president, Donald John Trump, has been working with this mess ever since he got in office. He's been having to face these perverts ever since he got in office. And he's coming out. He was working. We're moving forward with him. But look what's going on, people. Even as corrupt as Barack Hussein Obama was, Congress helped him because it was their job to support the leader of the nation. Donald John Trump comes in, and I'm just going to throw a percentage up. I don't know. My personal opinion, I've seen nothing to believe that the man is not 98, 99% upright in where he stands and what he does. I leave that little 1 or 2% because of his past. Maybe he's done some things with some women, whatever, Hey, but people, we're looking at stuff now that's years old. But yet these liberal media's throwing it up. Well, it just happened yesterday. He done that last night. They're throwing all this trash up there, and that's all it is trash. From what I've seen, Donald John Trump, our duly elected president, rightfully elected president, is doing his job. He's bringing America back. Socialism had been pumped into our school system for 50 friggin' years. 50 years or 50 years plus. Let me say 50 plus. You got college students that should be coming out being some of the smartest students in the nation. And they're nothing but socialist zombies. They're nothing but socialist zombies. Good little Nazis. We gotta do this. We gotta do this. They're attacking the Jews. The Nazis attack the Jews. They're attacking Christians. The Nazis attack Christians. Everything that socialism does that Christians and Jews and moral people don't agree with, the Nazis, the Christians, the Jews, the moral people, they get attacked. The socialists attack them. Oh, you're not tolerant of the differences in people. We're tolerant of the differences, but you don't have the right jumping across my fence and coming over and peeing on my porch. You want to pee on your porch, you pee on your porch. You hang a blanket or something where we don't have to look at your naked body. You pee on your porch, you pee on your porch all you want. But don't pull your penis or drop your panties in front of me and my family and expect us to enjoy you. You've never had that right. Nothing gives you that right. Congress cannot give you that right. There is not a law in the world gives you that right. You want to be a pervert in your private time, your private place. You don't have the right sticking your perversions in my face. Nothing gives you that right. But, like I said, the Democratic Party has become a boiling sewer. Every filthy, contemptible, damnable, atrocious action and word that can be done is coming through the Democratic Party now. They don't have a choice, people. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. They raise their hands against truth and honor. They have lost their backing. They're reaching for any backing they can get now. They're Bernie Sanders. Oh, we need to let them friggin' terrorists and criminals vote. Oh, yeah, let them vote. And then have a Beto O'Rourke. The clown. I mean, the Democratic Party's got so many clowns up there now. So help me, you go through them with a needle and you can bust them noses. It's unreal. It's garbage that comes out. And Pocahontas, you know, she's Elizabeth Warren. Oh, jeez. I mean, come on. She wants to garner votes. She breaks a seal on a beer and pops it in front of a camera. And oh, look how cool I am, baby. Look how cool I am. I can be as drunk or as influenced as anybody. And it goes on and on and on. This is the thing, people. What you got to realize: the Democratic Party is corrupt. It's not the only corruption around. It's not the only corruption in D.C., but it's corrupt. You cannot afford to leave your family under the leadership of the Democratic Party. We cannot afford to throw the lives of our family into the wild winds. You know, in hunting, when you're out deer hunting or whatever, you try to watch some of your wind currents. Say the wind is blowing from the west to the east. And when you go to set up on a deer or something, because the deer has a very sensitive nose. Their nose is awesome, okay? Like a bloodhound, man, their nose is awesome. But to keep them from smelling you, if the wind is blowing from the west toward the east, you have to get on the far east, and hopefully that wind will come past them before it blows to you. Because if you get on the east side or the west side, the wind comes past you and goes toward that deer, you're busted. You're busted. You're busted. You have to get downwind. The wind comes from the west, it blows past the deer. The deer doesn't have a chance of getting your scent to where they will run, to where they'll alert and their tail will come up and they'll go and they're gone. All you see is that white flag bobbing. No shot. But when you're hunting, I know these other hunters, they know what I'm talking about. You get out there hunting, sometimes you'll get up in a high up in these mountains, up in these swags, or out on these points or whatever, and the wind is unpredictable. The wind will be blowing this way. 3 minutes later, it'll be blowing that way. Maybe the next 15 minutes, it may blow that way. That's what the Democratic Party is trying to do to you, your family, and your bloodline. They're trying to put you and your life and their lives and throw them up into the wind, into the wild winds that cannot be predicted. That's what they're doing to you. Those winds cannot be predicted. There's times you get out in the woods, and if you're trying to beat that deer's nose, it's tough. It's tough. I've been busted many a time by that nose. You can shower, you can shower, you can wash your hair, you can make sure you rinse your soap or whatever your hair, and go in and run plenty of water over your body, and you hang your clothes outside, and all this stuff to try to beat that deer's nose. But when you get out there and those wild winds that can't be predicted are blowing, within 30 minutes, that wind may change directions 5, 6, 8 times. And when that's going on, baby, it's hard. It's hard. That's what the Democratic Party is trying to do. They're trying to get you to go hunting in the wild winds. You need to get that in your head. They're trying to throw the lives of your families and your bloodlines into wild winds. Wild winds. Listen at them, people. Every damnable thing you can think of is going on in there. Every godless, immoral thing imaginable is being protected by the Democratic Party now. If they think they can garner a vote on it, they'll lie to you about a policeman getting killed. I'm serious. They're pitiful now. It's literally pitiful. They're throwing the lives of your family and your bloodline into the wild winds. You have to realize that. You know, I don't think I'm registered Republican. I don't think I am. I might be. I'm not sure. All I know is I've got to watch who's running. I've got to know where they stand. I got to know their words. I got to know what their thinking is. I got to watch them, and I got to watch who they hold hands with and who they agree with, because they can tell me one thing, but yet they're holding hands with some pervert. I've got to watch them. I want to know who that person is, who they're holding hands with. I want to know if they are willing to call the hand of crime and atrocity. I want to know if they're willing to say, no, that's wrong. We don't do that in America. Donald John Trump is doing that. He's calling the hand of atrocity. Said that has to stop. That's the reason he's got my support. And there's some of you, so help me, you need to get your oxygen level checked. I'm sorry, you just do. Get your oxygen level checked. Looks like, well, the wife said it's supposed to rain today. But right now the sun's kind of coming and going. It's kind of partly cloudy, and hopefully it'll be up in the 60s, 70s, bearable. Or if I decide to go out and sit in the fresh air on the porch, I can go out and enjoy it. But I hope you have a good day. I hope some good, clean, godly oxygen reaches your brain today. And you recognize the evils that have risen up against truth and honor and justice. Those evils are being portrayed within the Democratic Party. I have some qualms with some of the things that some of the Republicans are doing too, but for the very large majority, they're behind our president, and we're beginning to turn around and point back toward a place of respect. America is little by little being respected again. You look at the ones that are not respecting as your socialist countries: China, Russia, North Korea, Iran. Yeah, people Iran socialists. Okay, they're socialist. You can call yourself anything, but when your laws are overbearing, and everyday Joes on the street cry because you are overbearing and you do things out of an opinion that is harsh on people, you're socialist, okay? That's socialism. But look at the countries that have risen up and trying to resist America. You know, it's common to try to resist another country and be a sovereign country yourself. But when the country you resist is holding up a truthful honor, essence, and stance, and you resist them, well, I don't know. You've got bigger issues within your heart and mind. You've got bigger issues, worse issues. It looks pretty out there right now. It really does. I love you. I may get harsh. I may get critical and sound condemning, but it's not as much as sounding condemning people. It's just checkmating you. Checkmating you. Checkmating your words. Checkmating your thoughts. Checkmating the intents of your heart. The Bible says, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Okay? From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. You're either gonna love righteousness, or you're gonna love filth and lies. You're gonna love peace, or you're gonna love deception and division. So I really don't desire to condemn you. But you've got to separate yourself from the things that bring tears into people's lives. You have to separate yourself from that. I have to separate myself. Sometimes I'm maybe as guilty as anybody. But we have to separate ourselves from the things that hurt other people. That's just the way it is. If you don't, you got Venezuela. If you don't, you got Iran. If you don't, you got North Korea. If you don't, you got Russia or Sweden. If you don't, then you got any of these places where radical Islam goes and creates problems and tears and destroys life. If you don't, people, that's what you got left. You have nothing left. If you don't accept truth and honor and seek justice, that peace can be a deciding result or end, or a decided result or end. If you don't seek those things, all you have left is the lies, the disgrace, the injustice and cruelty, and havoc, chaos, anarchy. I've told you before, and I want you to listen to me. Pay attention. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Liberal thinking carries the seed of anarchy and chaos. Liberal thinking carries the seed of anarchy and chaos. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. It's for your good. It's for your family's good. It's for your friends' good. It's for the bloodline's good. God loves you. I love you. Like I said, I don't mean to sound condemning, but if you don't stop the criminal, the thug, the rapist, the murderer, they're going to stop you.